Hey everybody, how you doing? Thanks for coming to my channel. This is Bud Brown, presently living in Campo, California, but we'll be staying in the Philippines, Dumaguete, for an undetermined amount of time, to be determined. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is some people have asked me if I could expand or talk about learning the language there in Dumaguete. So let me say this. I did see a video where one man talking about the Philippines said that English was the national language. No, English is not the national language of the Philippines. Filipino is the national language of the Philippines, based largely on the Tagalog language spoken around the Manila area. When you move to an area and you want to speak that language, normally it's not a question, not even a choice. If you go to Japan, hey, it'd be nice to learn Japanese. If you go to France, it'd be nice to learn French. But when you go to the Philippines, some of you, this may seem like a strange concept, but there are many languages in the Philippines. There is the national language, Filipino, which was originally the native language of the region around Manila, because there were so many languages that the Philippine government said we need to have a national language to make it easier for all the different languages in the Philippines to communicate. So they decided that they would have a national language, Filipino, based on the area of around Manila, Tagalog. And a lot of people just say Tagalog, which is pretty accurate, but not technically correct. It's Filipino. But anyway, so the residents of the Manila area, the Tagalogs, said, all right, good. Everybody has to learn our language. We don't have to learn another language. And let me just say that the difference between a language and a dialect, dialects are mutually intelligible and understandable, even though they're different in certain pronunciations and different vocabulary words. Basically, they can understand each other. But languages, they're not mutually intelligible, like Spanish and English. Spanish speaker wouldn't be able to understand English, and vice versa, and French, and other languages, Swahili, and they're just different languages. Well, actually, in the Philippines, there are different languages. So, when someone is moving to a certain area, you have a choice in the Philippines to study the national language, which most all of the Filipinos can understand and speak, because that's what's on the national radio, TV broadcasts, and is taught in schools. Or you can learn the local, the regional language. In Dumaguete, it would be called Cebuano. And Cebuano is the native language from Cebu City, an island of Cebu, down to the island of Negros Oriental, where Dumaguete is the capital of that province. And that's where we're going, and that's where I decided to study that language. And I would just say, and I know I'm touching on a controversial subject, because a few years ago when I did this, I got so much blowback. So there was an attitude, I guess, between the native Tagalog speakers and the Cebuano speakers about which is more useful, which one foreigners should study. So let me just say this, because I don't want to step on any toes. What's his name? Nelson Mandela once was quoted something something to the effect of, if you speak to a language that a man has learned, then you speak to his head. But if you speak to a language that is his first language, that speaks to his heart. So I wanted to learn Cebuano because that is the first language of most people there and that were born and raised in Dumaguete. So, with that aside, if you're going to Dumaguete or Cebu or that area and you want to learn Cebuano, here's my suggestions. First of all, when you learn a language, it can be overwhelming. Oh my gosh, where do I start? Well, I would say this. When you meet someone in English, what do you say? And that's a good place to start. Hello. Hi, how you doing? What's your name? Oh, okay. Well, my name is... And do you live here? Ah, okay. How long have you lived here? Okay. Do you have a family? Are you married? Those things that you would say in English, that's the way I would start off learning Cebuano. Because this video was so niche specific, I wasn't sure how much interest there would be. So I'm stopping here, just kind of an introduction. And if you would like to hear more specific tips and help in learning languages in general or learning specifically Tagalog or Cebuano, I'm here to help you. So let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like it, talk to you later. Bye.